What's going on, brother May? Um, where should I start for this journal? I just got done watching the last journal that I had made. I think I made it maybe 4 months ago. It's August now, so it's the eighth month. And while I was talking about starting my new job. So I think I was talking about like my real classes, maybe at like Yokkaichi or something. Um, anyways, I was a bit disappointed in myself last journal. I was talking kind of like, man, you ain't been doing this. We were growing. You stopped. You a lazy hoe. We beat our dick. It is what it is, brother. I'm not mad about what had happened. Of course, I was disappointed at the time, but there's no reason to really, hold any negative feelings towards that. I think you can see that on my face right now. I don't really care about what had happened. At the moment, I feel in a pretty good spot right now. I have been quite consistent with a few different things. Meditation, I wish I was there a little more, but we'll get there sooner or later. I've been going to the gym a lot, journaling every day, grinding Japanese. Life is good. Life is really good right now. It's been 4 months since I started real work, and I think most of my classes have gone very uphill. And I think the students kind of know what to expect now, so I don't have to, work too hard to get them to do what I want. They know what I want. They know what I want. I want them to just practice. We can have some fun. I'm a goofy dude. I love to be goofy. The kids are hilarious. We do a lot of stupid stuff together that, maybe isn't growing their English too much, but at least it's giving them a real enjoyable time. Um, as long as they don't take that for granted and they don't try to take that freedom and run with it, totally okay. And I think they understand that, except for maybe a student or two. But, they're still kids. I really can't bag on them too much for any of that stuff. So, anyways, I have on my journal here to go for about 20 minutes. I don't know how long I'm able to do these for. My other two were shorter than 20 minutes. So I don't know if it's gonna cut me off at some point, but I'm just gonna go and see where it goes. So I spent the last 6 days with Tsubasa. Um, she just recently left for America. You know, it wasn't as tough as I thought it would be. It's really weird. I don't know if I'm like heartless or what. Tsubasa definitely felt it, and she definitely felt sad. But for me, man, I don't know if this sounds like terrible or not, but I felt a sense of relief. I feel a bit complacent with Tsubasa, and I did mention this in the last journal, and that is something that hasn't changed. It has a little bit, for sure. It's changed a little bit. But I do feel slightly complacent when I'm with Tsubasa. I'm a lot less rigid about my schedule. I'm a lot less strict. When I'm not with Tsubasa, I set schedules every single day. What I'm supposed to be doing at what time, for how long. I've gotten pretty good at it throughout the years that I've started doing schedules. Um, but when I'm with Tsubasa, it is kind of tough to stick to those schedules. We kind of move at our own pace. Um, but I've been reading a lot, and this is why I wanted to stay on here for 20 minutes. I think we could get some good. I think we can get some good talks in here. And by the way, man, I should really start posting these on YouTube. I am so serious. Um, cause I like a lot of the YouTubers that are real raw and real true to themselves, and honestly talk to the camera like they are a younger version of themselves. I love that. I love the transparency when I watch those type of videos. But um, what I was trying to say is I've been reading a lot about leadership recently. I've been reading this book called Primal Leadership. Fantastic book. It really resonates with me And it resonates because it's talking about resonating with others. Resonating with others is like, it should be the goal for like any communicator. Any communicator, their goal is to resonate with the other person. That is how harmony is formed. That is how, people come to agree on things. It's very important. And when I think about Tsubasa and how we spend our time, I do not want to be a dictative leader. I am definitely the leader in our relationship. I do not want to be a dictative one. Yes, there are some things that I would like to change, but there's a process to that. And that involves coaching. That doesn't involve me, trying to make Tsubasa feel bad for not waking up earlier or for sleeping in a little longer or wanting to play with my hair instead of actually, getting out and doing stuff. That is not what a good leader does. A good leader understands their subordinates or understands the people that they are leading, and at that point tries to kind of shift them in the right direction. It is a lot different from a dictator. I think when we think of leaders, like leaders back in the day, you've got people, like kings and queens, and obviously Hitler was a kind of leader, but he wasn't a great one. Anyways, the point is, leaders, how can I say this? Leaders need to meet their subordinates where they are at, and they need to not judge them, because judging creates dissonance. If you create dissonance with your subordinates, with the people you are trying to lead, it will not end well. Therefore, you need to have enough empathy to meet them where they're at and to understand them without judgment. For Tsubasa, there are many things that, I can think of off the top of my head, reasons that she differs from me. So there is no reason that she would think the exact same as me and that she would want to grind as hard as me. I totally understand that. Totally. But as the leader in our relationship, in my opinion, it is my job to make us as a family, she's just my girlfriend right now, but if I want her to be my family, I need to kind of nut up. And that doesn't mean, start yelling and telling her to do this and that, and she should do this differently because I don't like this. That's not it at all. The way to be a good leader is to move people in the right direction that helps them grow. The reason that I want Tsubasa to become a better human is, one, because I believe in other humans. I love the potential of other humans. I see many young kids. I've got this young friend of mine. His name's Ethan, 19, devout Mormon, loves God. That boy is going places. I can see it clear as day. He has got a phenomenal brain on his head. He thinks real deeply, and he's just got a good heart. I believe in other humans, and I believe in the growth that can happen. That boy's still 19. He's already this great. He's already impressive in my eyes, and I'm 4 years older than him. It's lovely to see. It's the same thing with my girlfriend. She is 20 years old, so she's 3 years younger than me at this point. And, I can't help but just see potential. She's got a lot of really good qualities. She has, I think, some mentalities that I think could change for the better. They would help her life a lot. But, she's still young. Her mind is fresh. She is learning. She is in college right now, taking classes, learning English. For a 20-year-old here in Japan, her English is great. Her English is awesome. I see people every single day that, are way worse than her at English. Maybe they have some different skills, but English is a very sought-after skill here in Japan. So, to end that point, she impresses me. And I'm impressed with the growth of others. Therefore, I want to kind of cultivate that growth. I'm young. I'm only 23. I'm over here trying to cultivate my own growth. But at the same time, I can't help but feeling like a coach. I have always felt this way. Teaching is my thing. I have come to realize that. I love teaching. I love when someone else's face lights up, knowing that they just learned something from me and that they're going to take that for the rest of their life and it might help them, at random points down the line. I love that. And I think another thing that I do really well, just to pat myself on the back, I think really deeply about things and I truly care about others and about the state of the world. So yes, like my job right now is really nice. I'm teaching English to these kids who are probably going to go and start relationships outside of the United States, outside of Japan. And I hope that they would take some of that knowledge that I've given them for that cause. That sounds awesome. But a lot of people can do this job. The job that I want to do is I want to help people's mental states. I want to give people more clarity in life. Because I have had moments where I have had very little clarity. And it left me kind of with a pit in my stomach and a hole in my heart. It's like I didn't know which direction to go. I didn't know why I should take that approach. I hadn't read any books, so I hadn't really thought about anything from other people's perspectives, which that's incredible. Like, people have lived, hundreds of years, literally, like, there's so much knowledge out there from everyone that's gained knowledge from everything. It's incredible, and, I want to be one of those people that others look to for guidance. And I want to help guide them with a clear head and a lovely mentality. Those are the goals that I strive for, and those are the reasons why I work so hard and, have so much pride in my growth. I know that my growth is exponential. And it's really interesting to think about it like this. My growth is not only my growth. I'm going to die. I am going to die one day. There is nothing that will stop me from dying one day. But what I do know is the more that I grow, the more I can facilitate growth in others. Therefore, the more the entire world will just sprout like a big tree that was just meant to grow into this beautifully big, just monster of a tree. Life is really beautiful that way. People learn a lot from others, and I learn stuff from people every single day, and I don't know if there will be a day that I won't learn from another person. Everyone thinks differently, everyone brings different, skills, assets, thoughts, beliefs, literally everything to the table. I am really happy that I have such an open mind about learning and about others. There are a lot of people who make biases. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. Biases. They'll make preconceived notions about other people based on, outside things. How old they are, what skin color they are, what gender they are, what they studied in college. I do not care about any of that stuff. I mean, yeah, I'll ask you, like, oh, how old are you? Just because I want a little bit more knowledge about you. But I would never hear someone say, oh, yeah, I'm 17, and immediately be like, this guy doesn't know anything. He's 6 years younger, he doesn't know anything. That is such an ignorant way to think. It's incredible. But basically, my point for coming and making this journal wasn't anything too crazy. Every time I come, I literally have zero game plan. I have zero game plan about what I want to talk about. just kind of starts spilling out. All the thoughts that have been going in my head just start spilling out. So I guess the point was just a check-in, but my check-in has now turned into, I'm in a real good spot right now. I'm in a real good spot. My head's on straight. I am moving at a good speed. I'm studying Japanese in different types of ways. I've got a tutor, which I didn't have in my last journal. I have many different outlets, sources to gain information from. I have a lot more experience teaching under my belt. I feel much more secure in life. And it feels good because I feel like I'm on the upward slope. And that only means growth for everyone else. And that is the thing that makes me happy. It truly makes me happy to know that I'm growing and that one day I will be able to share this growth. Even if I died today, I would know that my growth already in my short few years of doing a 180, I have already made an impact on my friends and family. And that is what God put me here to do. It's as simple as that. So I would have no quarrel if I died, today, tomorrow. It would be tough for me to sit here and say, man, I don't care. God could kill me right now. I don't care. That's bullshit. I love life. And I love being here. And, how could I not? I'm blessed every single day. I'm blessed with a good head on my shoulders. I'm blessed with a good body. Like, look at me, I like the gym. The gym's awesome. Helps my mental state. I get to set goals in the gym. I get to go and just kind of shut my brain off and just go as hard as I can. The gym is just one thing. I got thousands of things that I could be grateful for. So, God is good. My growth is other people's growth. God is good. God is good. He set it up like this. You think this was all a mistake? God set this world up like this. He set it up so creatures like us have the chance to experience, to learn, to grow, to make something of themselves for other people. For other people. That is the underline right there. That is the key. You do not grow for yourself. You grow so that you can give charity to others. Life is about charity. And it's interesting because charity is the thing that brings oneself the most, the most joy. Brings the most joy. And it shouldn't come from a position of, I'm helping others because I know that I will feel better. It is not like that. You help others because it is good for the world, and that will make you happy. Focusing on others and focusing on what you can do for others will bring you joy. That is facts. I was just talking to that same 19-year-old friend, the devout Mormon. We were talking about the Book of Mormon today, which I've just started getting into it, so I haven't read a whole lot, but we read a chapter from, I forget the chapter. I would like to go see it real quick. Let's see. I got my Book of Mormon right here. I think I put a thing in where we just were. Yeah, Moroni. The Book of Moroni. Right here. Let me just read this passage real quick. It's talking about charity. And charity suffereth long, and is kind, and envieth not, and is not puffed up, seeketh nor his or her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, and rejoice not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Now, there's some fancy ifs at the end of most of those, but I really liked this part. Seeketh not his or her own. That is a huge thing and a huge takeaway for me because, I used to make this growth journey about me. And I still have some work to do to make sure that I have a full grasp and a full understanding of what I want from my journey of growth, But the bottom line, when we read that today, and we kind of broke that part down, like what is charity, in essence. When we broke it down, the one thing that I thought about is how my thinking of charity was backwards. Now, I had heard from a few different sources, the Bible, other people. I know that giving charity to others will make you feel good. It will give your life purpose. In that thought, I was chasing growth. I was chasing growth for the chance to help others because I knew it would make me feel good. So, at the end of the day, yes, I want to help people, but my thinking about it was backwards. That is not what true charity is. True charity is not expecting a reward, not expecting joy or whatever. You are doing it just because you believe in others. Simply put, you believe in others. You want to spread the light that God has given you. You grow. You grow for the sake of others. And there should be no afterthought after that. This journal's gone on pretty long. I might post this on YouTube just because I kind of liked how I felt, and I might rewatch this back to make sure I didn't say anything too crazy. I don't think I did, but anyways, if I could put this on YouTube and maybe just a few people would hear it and maybe gain something from my perspective, that would mean a lot to me. So, gonna go ahead and do that. Anyways, this was just a journal for you, but it kind of turned into a thing that I think anyone can take away from. So, I'm shirtless, young man Connor here, out in Japan. We live. Peace.